Look, we need to talk. Every first-time cruiser video on YouTube is basically the same recycled list of obvious advice. Pack sunscreen, book early. Groundbreaking stuff, right? Well, I did something different. I analyzed thousands of comments from actual cruisers, people who have been there, done that, and got the towel animal to prove it. And you know what? They had some surprising suggestions that nobody's talking about. I mean, did you know that a shoe can help with more than just making a fashion statement? Or that isopropyl alcohol could protect you from bringing home more than you intended to on your cruise? I'm gonna give these to you fast and furious, so buckle up. The most recommended tip, get a passport, even if it's not required. Yeah, I know, they're expensive and take forever. But in the unlikely event that you need to fly home from another country, a birth certificate won't help you. A passport will. Plus, they allow for faster debarkation when you return from your cruise. That said, for closed-loop U.S. cruises, a birth certificate plus ID is allowed if you're a U.S. citizen. Just be sure to triple-check the requirements for your specific cruise so you're not denied boarding at the cruise port. When it comes to which type of cabin to book, opinions vary. Some cruisers say you absolutely must book a balcony for the full cruise experience. But others argue that you won't spend that much time in your room anyway, so go ahead and save money on an interior. We've got a whole video breaking down cabin differences, so check that out and decide for yourself. But here's something everyone agrees on. Choose your cruise buddy wisely. Those cabins are tiny. Even your best friend might become your worst enemy when you're sharing a closet-sized room for a week. Facebook and Cruise Critic often host roll call groups of fellow cruisers from your specific sailing. This is a goldmine for insider tips, private tours, and pre-cruise meetups. You'll quickly find out that you can reserve dining, drink packages, excursions, even spa treatments before you board. But these add-ons add up fast. Don't get too carried away, or you may find you booked yourself a more expensive cruise than you planned. Many cruise influencers recommend booking specialty dining early, and if there is a venue you particularly want to try, this is good advice. However, in our experience, there are always some openings available once you get on board. They just might not be prime time. When it comes to drink packages, do the math first. Most require every adult in your cabin to buy one, and you each need to drink an average of 5 cocktails a day to break even. If you're more mocktail than margarita, check out the non-alcoholic packages like Carnival's new Cheers Zero Proof to save money. We've done a full breakdown on each of the major drink packages available, so watch the video for your cruise line to see which option actually makes sense for you. Many cruisers swear by travel insurance, and for good reason. It can be a financial lifesaver when things go wrong. Personally, our travel insurance has covered 2 brand new suitcases after our luggage was badly damaged on debarkation. But just as many travelers have stories of denied claims for issues they thought were covered. Always read the fine print before you buy. That's why we've partnered with Visitors Coverage, a site that lets you compare multiple travel insurance plans side by side. Check out our video here to see how to find the right coverage for your cruise. As your cruise countdown begins, mark one key date on your calendar: online check-in day. Depending on your cruise line, it opens anywhere from 14 to 45 days before departure, right at midnight Eastern Time. Be ready because early boarding slots disappear fast. It's generally recommended that you show up at the cruise port during your assigned time to avoid long waits, but honestly, it really depends on the cruise line and, just as importantly, the cruise port. We've arrived earlier than our designated slot many times and not had a problem. You've probably heard of downloading the cruise line app before you book, but did you know you can download deck plans to your phone for offline navigation? Head over to cruisedeckplans.com and scroll down to find the PDF for your specific cruise ship. Now, just a side note, an internet plan is not required to use the cruise line's app. We cover how to connect to the ship's Wi-Fi for free and plenty of other insider tips in this video. Print your luggage tags at home and be sure to attach them before you arrive at the cruise port. You can buy reusable tag holders made especially for cruise tags, or simply reinforce the paper ones with clear tape and staples. While you're at it, print hard copies of your cruise tickets, hotel confirmations, excursion receipts, even copies of your passport. You don't want to depend on spotty Wi-Fi when you need important documents. When it comes to getting to the port, cruise influencers have this one right. Always fly in a day early. If you're close enough to drive, look into stay and cruise hotel packages to save on parking fees. Another option is renting a car and taking the free shuttle from the rental counter. But fair warning, we've learned the hard way that those lines can stretch for hours. You're usually better off going to a rental location a little farther from the cruise port. Once you're at the port, you'll hand off your larger suitcases to the porters. It's customary to tip them $1 to $2 per bag. Make sure you don't have your passport or other important docs in those bags. You'll need them to get through security. At security, you'll be screened for a long list of banned items. Some obvious, some surprising. Weapons of any kind, including toy and water guns, are prohibited, as is anything that produces heat, like an iron, a heating pad, or a portable washing machine. Yes, they exist, and yes, someone has tried to bring one on a cruise. Unlike at the airport, you are allowed to bring liquids on board. Most cruise lines allow one 750 milliliter bottle of wine or champagne per adult and up to 12 cans of soda per person. Remember, all liquids need to be carried on board. Don't leave them in your checked luggage. If you have a CPAP machine, bring your own supply of distilled water or request it from your room steward for a fee. If you made it through all that, congratulations! You're on the cruise ship, which brings us to our second most mentioned tip. Put your phone in airplane mode and your iPad, smartwatch, and any other device that can access a cellular network. Skip this step and your phone will hitch a ride on the Cellular at Sea network, leaving you with a shockingly high bill when you get home. A few other things to know about onboard life. Your room key is basically a credit card while on the ship. Not only will it open your door, it will also buy your drinks, your specialty ice cream, and your souvenir t-shirt. So keep it close. Lanyards are great, but my favorite is a phone pocket. Your card slides right in, and you'll definitely have your phone nearby for some cruise selfies. And another thing, check your account daily to catch any mistakes. If you do see a charge that isn't yours, a call down to guest services usually resolves the problem. The main dining room, or MDR in cruise lingo, isn't just for dinner. You can enjoy a sit-down meal at breakfast and lunch too, so check your cruise app for meal times. Extra entrees can come with a price tag these days, but appetizers and desserts are still unlimited. Feel free to load up on soups, salads, and tasty small bites for no extra charge. Room service isn't the free luxury it once was, except for breakfast. This is the perfect way to skip the buffet line chaos or the drawn-out service of the MDR in the morning. Basic drinks like water, coffee, tea, and lemonade are free and can be ordered at main dining or found at self-service stations in the buffet. Bring a reusable water bottle to fill up because this is often the only place you can get a free beverage. Ordering anything, even water, at a bar will cost you extra. And don't forget your soda stash. As we already mentioned, most cruise lines let you bring a supply on board, and on some ships, you can even restock at every port. This is a great way to save money on overpriced cruise beverages. Now, for one of the most controversial subjects in cruising, tipping. We recently went viral on this subject when we admitted that we remove our automatic gratuities in preference for cash tipping. We now have a whole playlist about the subject, so head over here to learn more. The short story is that in North America, cruise lines assess a standard gratuity of $16 to $20 per person per day. You can prepay them, allow the automatic gratuities to be charged to your room account, or remove the autograts and tip in cash instead. Whatever way you handle it, we recommend including tips in your cruise budget, and be generous. The crew work hard to give you an exceptional vacation. When it comes to packing, there are countless cruise essentials out there. You have our favorite, magnetic hooks, which have so many uses, we made a whole video about it. You'll also want to bring our favorite magnetic fan for air circulation and white noise, a non-surge protected multi-plug adapter for extra charging space, an over-the-door organizer for odds and ends, a light jacket for chilly evenings, a cheap bath mat for extra traction in your bathroom, a bungee cord with built-in clothespins for drying clothes. Now actually, suction command hooks work well when stuck to your balcony door. No, all you need is a few towel clips to secure things to your balcony chairs, a magnetic whiteboard to leave fun messages, a sleep mask and earplugs if you have different sleep habits from your traveling companion, a motion sensor light for nighttime bathroom trips, a pop-up hamper for laundry, or a mesh laundry bag, which takes up less space. Actually, all you need is a scented trash bag. Well, however you deal with dirty clothes, be sure to bring laundry detergent sheets for washing your own clothes and a Tide stain remover pen for accidents. You'll also want to pack at least one nice outfit for formal night. a hanging toiletry bag and travel-sized containers of all your favorite products, and air tags to keep track of your luggage. If you have a lot of medication, you can use a pill box rather than the bulky prescription bottles. Just remember to have a picture of the original prescription. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Here's one final packing tip. Pack light. Wait, what? If you're wondering how that works, check out this video where we test the most popular cruise essentials and see if they're actually worth the luggage space. Seriously, most people overpack for a cruise, and while you don't want to leave anything behind that's important, you'll find you need far less than you think you do. Packing cubes are a lifesaver. I resisted them for years, despite countless recommendations, but I finally caved and picked up a set of compression packing cubes on our last cruise. They improved my packing by 100% and, as a bonus, made unpacking super easy. All I had to do was unzip the cube and place it on a shelf. The first day of your crew comes with a few must-do tasks. Step 1, the mustard drill. Head to the buffet, hit the hot dog station, pile on ketchup, relish. Wait, no, it's a muster drill. You know, the safety briefing that just might save your life in case of an emergency? Oh, right, that's important too. Once your muster drill is done, I hope you kept your swimsuit in your carry-on bag because embarkation day is the prime swimming time since the pools are practically empty. Cabins usually open around 1:30 p.m. and the first thing you want to do is photograph your room. Savvy cruisers say that this can help with damage disputes, but honestly, we just love to have a spotless shot for our vacation album. If you're a germaphobe, now is the time to wipe down hidden surfaces with Clorox wipes. Worried about bed bugs? Spray mattress seams and furniture corners with 91% isopropyl alcohol. If something's there, it'll show itself. Check that connecting doors and balcony dividers are locked, unless you're cruising with friends, in which case you can ask for them to be opened. Make sure the bed is configured how you like it, either 2 twins or 1 king, and test everything. Hot water, water pressure, air conditioning, TV, mini fridge, you get the idea. At some point, your cabin steward will stop by and introduce himself. This is your chance to report cabin issues and request extras. Pillows, hangers, mattress topper, ice bucket, or even an extra chair. If he can make it happen, he will. Some cruisers tip their steward $5 to $20 up front. It's not necessary, but it's a good way to show appreciation and maybe get a little extra TLC throughout your cruise. Your luggage will arrive at your cabin sometime in the afternoon. Don't panic if it doesn't all arrive at once. There's a lot of bags to go around and some may still show up even after the ship leaves the dock. Most cruisers see everything by around 6 p.m. Once your bags arrive, unpack immediately and hang up any formal wear to prevent wrinkles. Wrinkle release spray is your new best friend. Next, turn your cabin into a cozy home away from home. Hunt for hidden outlets behind the bed or built into a lamp, and set up a nightstand station with chargers, meds, and water. Label drawers with sticky notes so you can find stuff without a scavenger hunt, and hang up your itinerary, or make sure you have the ultimate cruise planner handy. Personalize your door with magnets or other decor to avoid wandering into someone else's room by mistake. Check the minibar and adjust it to your liking. The contents aren't necessarily free, so you can ask your steward to remove items or stock only your favorites. Use the safe to store your wallet and passport. You won't be needing them during your cruise, but be sure to test the safe first before putting your stuff in. These days, many cabins have a power slot by the door that needs a card to turn on lights, AC, and electricity. Any plastic card usually works. You don't need to use your key card. Figure out which TV channel shows the ship's cams. It's the perfect way to check out the Lido Deck crowd before heading up for a swim. Finally, stash your suitcase under the bed to free up some space. Most cabins can fit at least 2 28-inchers under there, keeping your room cluttered free. All right, you've had a pretty full day, so what's the best way to end your first day on a cruise? Well, you've got options. You could dive into the sail away party for a lively vibe and maybe some complimentary bubbly. Or you can relax on your balcony, the perfect spot to watch the sunset in style. Or if you're feeling adventurous, stay up late and explore the ship after everyone else has gone to bed. There's a few points of cruise etiquette and safety we'd be remiss not to mention. First, it's a ship, not a boat. Secondly, don't sit on the railings. They are not a photo op. They are a safety feature. Please keep noise down in cabins and on balconies. The walls are thin and sound travels. Don't waste food, but do feel free to sample all the food you want. Remember, cruise calories don't count. Seasickness hits only about 23% of cruisers, but it's smart to be prepared. Over-the-counter meds like Dramamine help, but fresh air, staring at the horizon, and a green apple or ginger candy can also work wonders. Then there's land sickness, a little-known cousin of seasickness that hits after you debark. I'm prone to it, but lately I've had great luck wearing an acupressure wristband for a few days after getting home. One of the best parts of cruising is exploring new ports. A few tips will make this a smooth experience. Don't carry your passport on excursions, bring copies, and lock the original in your safe. If you miss the ship, an officer will retrieve the original from your safe and leave the passport with the port authority so you can book a flight to the next destination. Take a snapshot of the all aboard time and cruise emergency info for the port before you leave the ship. Be sure to keep your phone clock on manual and set to ship time. This is not always the same as local time. Don't wear camouflage in ports. This is illegal in some countries. Never sneak food off the ship on a shore excursion. Most countries consider it a customs violation, and yes, some cruisers have actually faced jail time for smuggling in a banana. Your cruise will fly by, and before you know it, you'll be staring down the saddest morning of your vacation, Debarkation Day. Most luggage needs to be outside your cabin by 10 p.m. the night before. But remember to leave one outfit out of your checked bag or you'll be that person stumbling off the ship in pajamas. Keep all your meds and important documents like your passport close at hand too. A foolproof trick? Put a shoe in the safe. Yes, a shoe. You might forget your passport, but you're definitely not walking out the door with just one shoe. Now, if you went a little overboard with the duty-free shopping and your luggage exceeds limits for your return flight home, consider mailing a box of clothes home. It might just be cheaper than paying for an extra suitcase. Well, there you have it. Tips from real cruisers who learned the hard way so you don't have to. Did I miss any? Leave your favorite tip in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, we've got an entire podcast for first-time cruisers that breaks down everything you need to know to have the vacation of a lifetime. Hit that subscribe button so you'll catch the next episode as soon as it drops. Until next time, remember, whether your next cruise is your first or your 50th, adventure awaits.